Well, that was unfortunate. I totally didn't make that live stream public. And I don't know how to do it while I'm in it, so let me figure this out again. I should have audio, I should have the whole 9 yards, and I'm going to share this on the interwebs. Because that's what we do. We share it on the interwebs. What's going on, Fish Room Fever? So today, we're going to be talking about how to correctly be a fish keeper. And this is a loaded question, right? It's a loaded statement. Am I doing it right? How do I be a fish keeper? And there's so many things to talk about with it. And that's why I want to wait until we get this room rocking and rolling. So I totally messed up the last stream. I don't think anybody saw it. There was no audio going, and there was it wasn't public. It was unlisted. But since y'all didn't see it, this is tonight's drink. Now we're just drinking them straight from the, no, I'm kidding. I got a glass right here. And this is what we're going to be rocking and rolling. Some should stick to gerbils. Chris Biggs, man, he is awesome. So everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful night. I'd love to hear where you're from. I'm actually curious to know where a lot of folks are from, especially with these live streams and seeing what type of lunatics are really tuning in on a Wednesday to watch this. So I'll give you some updates and then we'll go into how to correctly be a fish keeper, because that should be while you're here. That's not while. That should be why you're here. So all the normal stuff. NorthFinUSA.com, Sicce.com. These are places that I want you to check out. You can use codes first time JWilson15, get 15% off at NorthFinUSA.com, or thanks 10 and get 10% off. If you don't want to, you don't have to. There's a ton of stuff on there. It's great. And you can get it delivered right to your house, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about right now. In this time, to be a fish keeper correctly, there are some opinions, and then there are some givens, and then there's a lot of gray area that's open to interpretation. For instance, me, I come on YouTube, I do this weird stuff, and I'm in the public's eye, right? So I should be giving you as much information as I can that I think is true, but I should be doing it from a good place. That's with anything you do. So I should show you some new things that I got. Work. So this is another thing. Everybody's like, oh, look at you. You're so focused on aquariums all of a sudden. But there's all this chatter, which is great. But the reason being is because work is allotting me the ability to set up aquariums. Aquariums in the room. I should have an aquarium right behind me here in the near future. So one of the things was I needed to get better filming, right? I needed to get better camera equipment, and then I needed to study how to edit and do all that stuff. Let's see. Physically Texas, mentally way gone. Well, SJP, we're going to fix that tonight, okay? We're going to go deep into the brain of no man's land, and we're going to cheer you up. One of the great things about this hobby is that there are so many different ways to achieve the same result. Yes, yes, and no. I think there are many different ways in this hobby to achieve a result, but not the same result. There's a difference. And I think that's the thing as humans, we've kind of jacked up, right? We have this is good. This is the sort of things that I like to see. We have this idea that we say certain things, but we don't actually know what we're really saying. Does that make sense? So it's like Sarah went to the mall. I believe Sarah went to the mall. One was a statement, and the other one was, we can say it's a perception. It's based on everything we had, we believe, right? So we don't know 100%, but we're believing that it happened. And Sarah didn't go to the mall, right? So we didn't have enough evidence, but based on the evidence we saw, we believe she went to the mall. So that's where I'm going with that. Horrible analogy, by the way, but it is what it is. right and wrong are dangerous terms. It's all about good intention and willingness to learn. Absolutely. There's right and wrong in anything, right? But there is right and wrong. There is fine lines. It's crime. If I run this red light, it's bad, right? It's bad. No matter what, it's bad. You could be in an emergency. Running a red light is bad because the risk versus reward is not good. However, we go on green. That's good because the risk versus reward is flipped. There's still a possibility somebody else can go through their red light, but you going through your green light and waiting at a red light minimizes the catastrophic issues that could potentially happen. Same result, meaning intended by the fish keeper. Well, true. So I'm getting a new camera. That's where I'm leading to. And I'm getting a Sony a6600. And work is been phenomenal at this. But I also picked up this little humdinger. Now, if you don't know Jimmy knows a lot about stuff like this. But I'm gonna mess you up real quick. Peep it. Yo. Woo-hoo. Now peep this. Let me turn it down. This is a pocket, right? This is like super thin, magnetic back, really cool, and it's got some really neat stuff. So let's do this. Let me hit the functional buttons here. Dun dun da 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 da. Be-doo, be-doo, be-doo. So this is bad if I use this in my car. But there are so many different functionalities. Oh, is this? This is lightning. Let's do paparazzi, number 10. Paparazzi. Ooh, no, I'm too cool for you. I do fish keeping. I make things. I have YouTube. I have Instagrams. Check me. I'm so pretty. So this is pretty sweet. It's the F7 Falcon Pocket Light. You can take this humdinger off, but I wish I could maybe, can I show you? I don't know if I really have. You know when you need something and you don't have it? Wait, hold on. Nothing is real metal. Anyways, this whole thing sticks. You can stick it to the side of your refrigerator. If you have metal anywhere, it will stick. And you can give yourself some really cool angles. Ooh, right? Fun. Oh. No! Yeah, right? So you could do a ton of different things. I think that was me being abducted. So really cool purchase. Got some other things. And I'm trying to read, I'm trying to read some comments. Just, yeah, deal with it. Deal with it. I also got Tascam. Comes with a nice little pouch. Huh? Nice poly, fake leather. Polyurethane maybe. Nice little microfiber in there. But I got myself some new mics, right? Quarantine is getting to him. I've always been like this. So I'm going to start recording audio separate from the audio that's picked up from the camera because I want better audio, because you should have better audio. So I got this bad boy. And ultimately, work has been so supportive of this that I should get my camera tomorrow, start filming pleather. Yeah, it is pleather. And Jimmy's going to sit down, maybe a little FaceTime or something, and he's going to give me a little once-over on how to use these little pieces of equipment. Huh? That's nice. Jimmy doesn't take me out. He doesn't love me. But he did show me what to get. So ultimately, it's fun. Let me know. Right and wrong are dangerous terms. We got that. I'm going to go all the way down. You're insane. Well, we already knew that. Sugar. Quarantine is definitely not getting to me. Took the words right out of my mouth, Brandon Mack. So let's start. How to correctly be a fish keeper. Brace yourself, because this is going to be intense. Be you. That's how to correctly be a fish keeper. It's a very loaded thing. It's be you. There are so many different things you can find and read and talk about and do throughout the community. But at the end of the day, The one thing you can do correctly is you. You want to keep that aquarium, keep it. You want to keep this aquarium, keep it. You want to set up something like this, do it. If you have the funds, the means, and you're doing it with the right intentions, whoosh, then you're on the right track to correctly being a fish keeper. If you have every intention of the fish being first and taking such good care of them, then you are in fact correctly being a fish keeper. Now, I'm going to mix in a little bit of opinion. Now, opinions are just like arseholes. Everyone has them, myself included. I may have more than one. So when I talk about being a fish keeper, there's a lot for me that goes into it. And when I say it, it's like I can deliver something in the best possible way that I know how to, and I'm going to get. I don't think that you're being very fair to everyone in this industry. You are just picking on certain people, right? Then I get, oh, hell no. I can't believe this dude just even said that. He's an idiot. How about less of this and more showing of this? I'm going to buy wherever I want to buy. Okay? That's just the way it's going to be. I want to go into PetSmart. I'm going to buy from PetSmart, Petco, Petland, all the lands of the pets, Pet Universe. That's what I'm going to do. You ain't going to tell me that I'm going to shop local. Are you crazy? I ain't shopping local. And then you got, oh yeah, I really think that shopping local is really good, not only for the economy, but really just for local businesses, friends, and family. It's really nice. It's a nice little piece, and I really appreciate it. So there are so many different thoughts on what I'm about to say, but what I believe, based on what I see, is absolutely real. May not be truth to you, but it's real. When I walk into an actual local owned fish store, I get a bunch of different answers. And let me show you. It's one of these. Welcome to Fred's Fins. Hey, Fred, how's it going? I'm not interested. Hold on, Fred. I didn't even ask you to buy anything. I'm just not interested. Big box retail is killing me. Online is killing me. Fred, are you online yet? Oh, are you crazy? I ain't down with the technologicalies. I'm not down to the interwebs. What is that? I'm Fred. I do fish. Boom. Ha. Ah. Ah. It's like, whoa, Fred, calm down. So the idea is you have Fred. Fred is against everything. Fred is probably never going to grow. Fred is going to stay exactly where he wants to stay. And I hope that you continue supporting Fred, because Fred has a lot of knowledge, right? Fred's got a ton of knowledge. But we just have to figure out a way to get Fred to understand that I can show you the world. There's so much Fred can do. There's so much innovation. Speaking of innovation, I was on a live video with Triad Reef Critters in Greensboro, North Carolina, smack dab in the middle of the Triad. And I was talking to JJ, and this whole thing that has kind of itself upon us has pushed them to go online. Hey, good job, Triad Reef Critters in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's crazy. Now, if anybody wants me to emulate somebody or something, put it in there. Put it in the comments. It could be whatever it wants. I'll be whatever you want. I can't say that it'll be spot on, but I will try. But hello to everybody that just joined. The idea is we have Fred. Fred is essential because Fred brings in a lot of cool things. And there's a lot of Freds, right? There's also the Freds that are like, yeah, I got it. I got tetras. I got your mixed taps and peacocks. Huh? I got your angelfish. Do you have, oh, that's a specialty. I don't do specialties, okay? I'm Fred. Fred does one thing, fish. Common fish, okay? I don't do credit. I don't do debit. I do cash, check, and no IOUs. You want free fish? You claim the tax. Like you get all of these different, Freds. But Freds are essential and we should be supporting Fred. Then somebody give me a name because I don't want to pick a name and then somebody goes, well, that's my name and that's not fair that you picked on me. No, I need another name. Somebody quick. Look, Ocean State Aquatics, Scott. I'm going to use Scott. There's the Scotts. These are the ones, I'm going to say it, the Scotts, not this Scott. Okay, fine. We'll use Jimbo. Jimbo is the type of fish store that doesn't do any good for anybody. Actually makes big box retailers look way more appealing than what Jimbo's store is. This is Jimbo. Let me turn this. I really need you to see this. This is Jimbo. Hey man, you come in here looking for some fish tanks? Oh, you're looking for a light? Hold on one second. I got you a light. Gotta make a little tweaks on this, but I got you that light. This is a good light. $59.99. Oh, this light's $59.99? Okay. Can I keep African cichlids with arowana? Oh, you come to the right place. Jimbo knows fish. Let me talk to you for a second, Bubba. Not only does Jimbo know fish, but I'm going to sell you the best arowana you've ever had for $19.99. And then you're going to buy 12 hats and peacocks, right? Because these 12 hats and peacocks is going to fit right in that 55 gallon. That's it, baby. You ready. Thanks for coming to Jimbo's. Jimbo's not good. I'm sorry. If there's Jimbo's in the comments, Jimbo's not good. Jimbo gave you wrong information. He sold you overpriced junk that he's had sitting in his garage. And when you walked in, it smelled like 17 billion fish have died on that floor. And it's just not good. We gotta figure out how to either help Jimbo get better, or we need to stop supporting the Jimbos. The Jimbos are the ones that are underselling, under map pricing, right? Like, oh, dudes, I just got an FX set from Jimbo for like freaking $98. Jimbo's like, oh, man, I bought that on Craigslist. Yeah. We gotta stop that. Like we are literally hurting everything we love about the industry by supporting Jimbo. Jimbo may have a store, could be his garage, and I'm not talking about fish breeding, right? I'm talking about full-on stores. This becomes the problem, right? Then you have your big box retailers. Hi. Thanks for coming to PetSmart and Petco. Oh, you want a sucker fish? I'll give you a sucker fish. They're 2 for $5.99. You got to use your Petco pals and your PetSmart Smart Rewards. I don't know if they're called that. You see, they may have brochures that teach you how to keep these fish effectively. The person grabbing the fish may not know. You may go, okay, yeah, I'll take those 2 sucker fish. And what is that? That's a bala shark. Aren't they cool? They look like sharks almost, right? It's so cool. Yeah, you can put one of those in a 15-gallon with your sucker fish. Oh, you want 5 of them? Okay. No, a bala shark gets this big, and Plagosimus get this big. But this idea in our head is, well, they're telling me the truth, and that's why big box sucks. Not really. They're kind of an essential beast in this whole thing. I don't think they'll be around forever, to be honest with you. This thing right here is killing me. You know what? Forget it. This is what we're doing. Sup, dudes? No, it's really killing me. Impressions are too funny. I'm snorting orange Fanta out of my nose. A common suckerfish. Give me 2. But the guy at the store said. So then you come home, you watch some YouTube videos, or, sweetheart, are you going to cook dinner? Yeah, give me a minute. I'm researching bala sharks and suckerfish. Wow, these guys are assholes. Person at the store told me that I can do this, so whatever. We have to understand that there is information that we can extract from a big box retailer, but the Jimbos are ruining the local fish store harder than they're ruining the big box retailer. And the big box retailer is not hurting the local fish store as hard as Jimbo is hurting the local fish store. Are you following me? So being a correct fish keeper in my mind is we want to support those who have put everything on the line, who have put all of their fish in a tank. That's the best analogy. It's their ducks in a row, their eggs in a basket. Everything is there. It's ready. And you know what? We're ruining it. We're ruining it because we decided that instead of driving 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes to go to Fred's fish store because Fred's a turd, okay? Note to Fred, fix your face. However, we need to go in there and support him because he's putting other jobs out. The big box retailers are putting jobs out, right? Jimbo is not putting jobs out. And if Jimbo is, I need to know this Jimbo because he's a legitimate business and he needs to keep pushing forward. But that Jimbo is the dude that's like the bad salvage yard. Nothing is going to work. He gives you no good information. His store is atrocious. And if it is even a store at most, and all of the things happen, they're sick. And you turn to who? Who do you end up turning to? Passion is coming. This is coming. Who do you turn to? Tell me. You turn to Fred. You turn to YouTube. You turn to the co-ops. You turn to the Flip Aquatics. You turn to the Something Fishies. You turn to Wet Pets. You turn to Triad Reef Critters. And what do they do? I'll wait. What do? They take you in with open arms, knowing deep down inside and probably talking a ton of manure behind your back after you walk out under their breath because you just soaked up all their time. You took away from them selling stuff to put food on the table to help them supply the jobs that they have. Because you decided that Jimbo's $89.99 FX6 was better than Fred's $289.99 FX6 because Fred was selling it for what he is supposed to sell it for to make money and to abide by the rules by Hagen. But Jimbo had a sweet deal, man. Get out of here with that. Then you get upset because Fred's still pissed off after being what? A local fish store person? It doesn't even have to be Fred. It could be Frederica. It's the same thing. It's disgusting. And it doesn't make anybody's job harder but Fred's, but Frederica's. I don't know what Frederica would sound like. I am passionate. I'm passionate. Oh, no. Spilled it. Dang it. I am passionate. And why am I passionate? I'm passionate because in 10 years, the local fish store may not be here because we were too stinking blind to see that supporting Jimbo was not the freaking way because it saved us a couple of bucks. Note to self, If you can't afford a $289 FX6, by the way, I'm just making some of the shenanigans up. So please, by all means, help me with the dialogue. But I'm telling you right now, because we couldn't afford the $200 to $300 filter, but we got it from Jimbo. Oh, yeah, score. You couldn't afford it in the first place, so why even go after it? It's the same thing I dealt with. That's why I bought Beamsworks before I bought Current USA. That's why I bought, it's not called J.Crew, but that's what the name is coming in my head. It's all of these knockoffs. I bought them first because I couldn't afford the expensive stuff yet, because I wasn't there. So to be a correct fish keeper, be you and stop trying to achieve something else that's not even attainable for you. And I'm not putting you in a bad place. I'm simply telling you, if you can't get to that level right now, don't try. Try to move yourself in the best statistical way and strategy to get to that. Don't go, woo, 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 I'm there. Oh, God, I have no money right now. Oh, God, I got to rehome all my fish. I don't want you in that position. I want to help you. I want you to get to that plateau, right? I want you to get to the top of the mountain. And I want you to turn around and I want you to help 300 or 400, 500 people after that get back up with you. But we're too busy trying to get the deal, right? You don't walk into the grocery store and buy 12 limes, a sick freaking 12-pack of Corona, and some meat and go, all right, I'll take it for $35. The supermarket would tell you, you got 2 doors that open like you're freaking showing the Force of Star Wars. Leave that way. But you don't try it there. You try it at Fred and Frederica's shop. That's not fair to them, because then they feel that they're going to lose the sale. And if they lose the sale, they may not be able to pay their electricity. They may not be able to pay the internet. Now, I'm not saying Fred and Frederica are the best. I'm just saying they're the best we got right now. Man, I am feeling it tonight. And I haven't even felt this yet. Whew. Look at something fishy with the hand over his head. You listen here, Fred Hale. Yes, I'm talking. You know what? I am. I'm going to talk about somethingfishyinc.net right now. That's Dave Hale. He has got a kick-ass place. The potential in him, and he's older than me, but the potential in him to be way up here is unparalleled. But Dave doesn't have enough help in his area. Dave also doesn't have enough time. It's true. But Dave has to remove the sourpuss and put it in. Get to work with it. Dave, where's your online? How's the new store coming on? Now, I'm going to give Dave some leniency because Dave has had some help stuff. But I support something fishy 1,000%. I'm there every time I'm in Ohio, and he knows that. He knows it. So follow him on Instagram. I think it's one aqua beast. Somethingfishyinc.net. He is the dude. He's a Fred. He's legit a Fred. No, Dave was here. Somethingfishyinc.net. He's here. I know he's here. You got to support Fred. That's my opinion. Crap. My other opinions, I'm changing that aquarium. I'm not oh, crap. I'm changing my aquariums, and I'm not putting in puffers. Thank you very much, Fish Tank Barn, Sand Creek Aquatics. I greatly appreciate it. We have got to get our heads out of our tail fins, so to speak, and really start understanding that the support of local fish stores is paramount to correctly keeping fish, right? Fred's the one, Fred and Frederica are the ones that are keeping the fish that may be gone out of extinction. But that's also where Jimmy, Bob, Sarah, Sue, David, Glenn, and Mike Miller are breeding, and I don't know if Mike Miller's doing this, but breeding fish in their garage to keep a species alive, and then potentially funding the local fish stores to get them the fish that they need, the Freds, the Fredricas. Ruben, you missed a lot. That is where I'm at. When I go to New Jersey, first place I go. Anybody? Fish Hut of New Jersey. Absolute 100% supporter of me, and I'm 100% supporter of me. I always say 1,000% or something like that. That doesn't exist. There's only 100%. There's only a maximum, right? The Fish Hut of New Jersey. Then you've got Radical Reefs, who's in here. You may not keep coral. Radical Reefs is a local business, right? He does coral. He's somebody that you would potentially look at to support. Amen. Those types of Tiffany White, thank you very much. Those types of mom and pop stores were around in the 70s. However, a lot of issues happened with mall rents going out of hand and old guard dying off. Chewy LTD. Okay, let me talk about that. Let me talk about that because you gave me one problem, but there was like 700 solutions that could have came to bout for the mom and pop shop. But the mom and pop shop wasn't willing to innovate at the time to absolutely change patterns, change directions, and put 100% back into it. Sometimes that's not all possible financially, maybe health-wise. But when the rent went up at the malls, there was plenty of other places that they could have went. Let's hear it for moving. I hear that the same thing. I'll get personal. I hear it the same thing. I've heard it in my family before. I've heard it so many different places. I just don't like where I live. There's no jobs. There's no nothing for me here. Everybody sucks. There are 49 other states. I ain't got money for that. Well, I saw you smoking 2 packs of cigarettes yesterday. How much did that cost you? Tank of gas, especially right now. You don't think to yourself, man, I could start over. I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to go out there and do it. You took the risk of starting your mom and pop shop. Dave Hill wrote something. Let me throw a wrench in those gears you are turning. Manufacturers, vendors, distributors need to be better businesses and quit jacking up prices. It's not honest industry. Boom. Let me hit you with that, Dave Hill, because I do work for Sicce. We are an honest business. I worked for Fritz. Was an honest business. I don't know about it right now because I don't work with them anymore. However, when I worked with them, they were an honest business. Now I'm going to talk to you about just like this. When gears are turning, manufacturers, vendors, distributors need to be better businesses. Stop carrying their product. You can't tell me, and you got it, Dave. You unleashed it. I sell everything in here. Come by. Oh, the fishes. All the products. I got NorthFin, I got Omega, I got Extreme, I got Turdbergs, I got Gold Turds, I got Flakes from Johnny Cash. I've got it all. You come here, you're gonna get it. Well, guess what? 4 out of the 5 that I just mentioned don't give 2 flying flips about you. But you still support them for what? So at some point you have to make a decision. What manufacturers, what vendors? You can't say 100% of all of them because it's not 100%. Because there's a lot of places you can go direct. Well, here, look, I'll use NorthFin. This is an analogy. This isn't true, but I'm going to use NorthFin so that nobody thinks I'm attacking anybody else. Well, I carry NorthFin, but guess what? Guess what? There are places online that are selling it for cheaper. Well, you know what? Contact that salesperson at that freaking place and say, hey, look, NorthFin guy, Jay Wilson. This guy is selling NorthFin for X amount of dollars. Now, granted, don't do that because I have nothing to do with those prices, but I'm giving you an analogy. They're selling it for this price, and I'm not getting it for this price. Well, I can tell you what I do at Sicce. If somebody called me and said, look, I sell a Space Echo for, I'm just going to make up a price, $50, but online, it's $45. I'm going to tell you as the store, you know what? Sell it at $45. Keep a ledger. Do a little bit of work if you want to catch up to the big guy. I'll figure out the big guy and how to shut them down. But you keep a tally of what you lost, and I'll send you free product to make up for it. That's the difference. Stop carrying 700 different pieces of crap. Carry 1 that matters. Carry 2 that matter. Carry things that you can get behind. If your distributor sucks, there is probably 12 to 15 other distributors nationwide that will get you product, even if they have to mail it. Will shipping be sucking? Yes, probably. But you know what? You're going to get better customer service. You're going to get better product, And you know what? You're going to have to figure out how to get in front of that customer and show them that you mean business. It may take an extra 15 minutes to make that order instead of somebody coming to drop it at your front door. But by oh goodness, it's going to change the game. If you're standing in a mud puddle and you don't want to be muddy or wet, what do? Get out of the freaking mud puddle. I'm here for you, Dave. You know that, man. You know that. And I will forever push you because I love you like that. That's the difference. Doesn't matter what brand I'm attached to. Doesn't matter who literally has hired me to work for them, to work with them. I will still continue to love each and every person that I stand in front of and tell them I am willing to help them. I truly mean it. I don't carry 700, at least I don't think so. No, you don't. You gave me the gear to switch to, and I freaking put NOS in it. I'm just telling you, that's my thought. Oh, yes. Candy, thank you, because I went on this tangent. I totally forgot. Here is customer service. Here is customer service at its finest. I will go on record at saying I am not a diehard Hagen fan. Never have, never will be. There are too many things about them that I'm just not a fan of. But I have some of their products because, well, let's be honest, they work. However, I had a problem with an adapter. Matter of fact, what you don't know before this adapter issue is I had a problem with one of their lights. Contacted the customer service, did the little clackety, got the response, and I quote, "Contact your local fish store where you purchased the item from." So now, I don't know how much they make. I'm going to just say millions and $1 million business, right? Because I don't know. But millions and $1 million business is telling me to go to the local fish store where the guys may be profiting. Now, not all. There are some that are doing really well. And I know that. But I'm just throwing this out there, right? Maybe he's making $75,000 to $100,000 a year. Profit for himself. After he's paid his employees, he's done everything, they're making $100,000 a year. Why in the heck should I burden them? Why? I can tell you right now at Sicce, if you're carrying a Sicce pump and something bad happens, you contact me. If you contact the store, if the store knows, they should be telling you, contact Jay, Jay will handle it. And I will handle it. Hagen is telling me to go to the local fish store. So now I have a problem with a fluval light that I have. It's the Plant 3.0. I love the way it looks. Now, granted, I don't know if I got all of them, but I got a couple of them from Co-op. This is not a Co-op endorsement. This is just fact. And somebody can't say, this is what I mean, online's just killing me. No, because he has a store, okay? I posted on Facebook. I did it because I knew it would be faster. I did. And guess what? Candy. If you would have bought that light from Co-op, we would replace it for you just like that. I was like, I did. I'm not joking you. Candy, quote me if I'm wrong, on a Friday. I posted this on a Friday. I believe it was a Friday. Please quote me or unquote me and tell me the truth. I believe it was a Friday. I got that, or it was a Thursday. Because I think I got a Saturday. I asked for it on Saturday. And I got it on Monday. $0. That is the difference of somebody that's risen to what and I don't care how or what he is here. And the people that he put into certain positions to do what they're supposed to do. Truman Paget, thank you very much. Got to put my son to bed, but if you're still going on after he goes down, I'll be back. It was here on Monday, and my light worked again. Hagen didn't even contact me the first time for like almost 4 days. Customer service. I'm telling you. Candy was right up to it. Then what was crazy is I had 4 other stores. Flip Aquatics, Odyssey Pets. I don't remember the other 2. But they jumped in and said, I'm willing to help. innovating. They're on social media. They're watching. They're seeing it. Because that piece, I don't care what anybody says. Like, oh, well, it's just a light adapter. That you're blowing this way out of proportion. That's what you think. What I'm thinking is, I got that light adapter. I got it on Monday when I asked for it on Saturday. I didn't ask for it. I just talked about it on Saturday. Guess what? I'm going to remember that. Maybe not during this live video, but you're going to remember that. You're going to remember. Right now, I'm not calling stores to sell Sicce product. How crappy is that? Hey, you're having problems with COVID-19. Want to buy some pumps? That's horrible. I'm legitimately calling stores to find out how they're doing health-wise, what I can do to help them social media-wise. That's the difference in customer service. That's the difference in having one of these and not having one of those for what you do. I have a Sicce pump in my sump on my main 60-gallon cube tank, and it's the best pump I've ever had. I've tried 3 different pumps. Tiffany White, I greatly appreciate that. I've only been working with the company since March 1st. I known about Sicce for a while. I actually mispronounced their name in videos before. But it is what it is. So Ralph died a few years ago. They were based out of Edmonton. Ralph would make stores call back then. That's crazy. Well, whatever's happened, it's happened. And maybe you could say the same thing about Walmart. 125-gallon from PetSmart, 2 FX4s from PetSmart, 2 Jaegers from PetSmart, 2 Malawi rock sets from Universal Rocks, feeding Northfin from Jay, and cichlids come from mom and pop shops. And I'm smoking cigarettes. Oh boy, this guy is killing it. Thank you very much, Chris Palmer. I appreciate that. Big corporation takeover, outsourcing destroyed a lot in North America. That's not always the case. That's not always the case. I'm sorry. Some of that is true, and some of that is not true. And you can think about it the way you want. Everybody goes, Amazon is the devil. Well, guess what? There are a lot of small businesses on Amazon. You could say the same thing about eBay 5 years ago, but nobody mentioned eBay. eBay is the place you can go and get discounts and awesome crap that's used and all that. It's like an online junkyard now. Everybody's selling on eBay, but nobody talks about eBay. Everybody talks about Amazon. Amazon's a juggernaut. They are. But they've also helped. They've innovated. They've pushed the boundaries to show what we're capable of. Yeah, Hagen would travel to Calgary. Calgary is a cold place. And come in with the drink and present for me all the time. Who is Chewy Limited? Present for me all the time and ask me how my fish were doing back in the 70s. Man, that would be a time to be alive. The hobby is forever changing. You should be forever changing. If you are on YouTube or you're on social media or you're just doing this for yourself, keep doing it just for yourself. You want to keep that smoking hot red, white, and blue betta? You want to say beta. Say it. Let the trolls come. Who gives 2 shits what trolls say? Sometimes it bothers you. I get it. I'm the same way. I'm like, let them. Who cares? What do they really do? How many people are really listening to them? You know, you look at all this stuff, it's like, oh my God, did you see Jared Wilson, what he just said? How many people are actually reading that? Trolls are tasty. You want to keep a blacked out Tang? You know, I tried what I wanted to try. Some things I did very well in, and some things I sucked really bad in. I admit it, and then I just keep moving forward. So what are Sicce pumps? What do you use them for? Water changes. Jeffrey Lay. Okay, this is not a sales thing. Somebody has asked me. Sicce is there for everything. We got everything from canister filters, pumps for returns, pumps for water changes, wave makers, controllable pumps, which is called DC pumps. You have your pluggable pumps. You have, I mean, there's so many. Anything that moves water, Sicce touches. Sicem does a lot. Not in just Sicce labeled names. Sicce does a lot in other things as well, like private label. Sicce is in partner with Sicce, right? If you use a title, it's a Sicce pump, Sicce manufacturer. Sicce is an Italian company. and it's manufactured in Italia, and that's where everything's done. Pretty snazzy, and it's a really good warranty. How does it compare to the FX6? So that's what's cool. What I really like about the company is we don't have a competitor to the FX6. So I would tell you the FX6 is the FX6. However, the Whale 500 does 135-gallon aquarium. Like I've said in the past, I would still put 2. Always. Same thing I do with FX6s. I don't care what they tell me on the box. Shout out to the Italians. Boom. Yes. The Italians, they know what they're doing. They really do. They know how to manufacture these pumps. Now, there's a couple of different canisters. There's a Space Echo if you have a tighter space. Oh, magic. Or there's the Whale, which is just a very sexy. I say sexy because it would be something that I would leave on the outside of an aquarium if I had to. I've been saying for years, nobody can sell everything for cheap or at a loss leader, even Amazon and now Chewy, owned by PetSmart. They have to make money to pay the bills, especially the bigger you get. No, that's absolutely true, right? I mean, let's think about it. If I'm just making this up because I thought about it. If Mopar, if the Italian group, Fiat, decided to sell Hellcats, wide body Challengers, for 50% the MSRP right now, for 3 years, they would flood the market, maybe drive demand. And then at what point would they have to raise it up to force people like me that maybe wouldn't bite in those 3 years to then pay for a wide body Hellcat Challenger? As you can see, that's what I want. That's true, right? Wait, I wanted one. I always say, let the weak fall out. I hate to say it, but in business, let the weak fall out. If there's a situation where a business can't thrive because they've made bad decisions, it does suck. And I think that they deserve an opportunity because maybe they've had some longevity. But at the end of the day, if they don't innovate, then it's one of those things. Not trying to stir up anything. Sometimes a local fish store doesn't carry the best quality equipment. The crappy pumps I've had come from local fish stores. I ordered a Sicce pump online from a reef store. But that reef store is actually probably a locally owned reef store. Or it's an online entity that's not a big box retailer. It's owned by a family. That's what I'm driving at. You know, Something Fishy may not carry Sicce pumps, but he carries other products that you may need or want. So what I'm saying is, in any given time, I highly recommend that you support that local fish store in every way you can. I'm not saying 100% of the time that you should, because nothing should ever be 100%. I go to Aqua Studios, I go to Dallas North Aquarium, I go to Fish Keller, I've got aquariums, I've got pumps, I've got, you name it, livestock. But I can't do it all the time. But I don't know when the last time I ordered an aquarium product off of Amazon. I've ordered camera equipment because I can't even get into Best Buy right now. It happens. Did you know Jack from John's Fish Pond in Edmonton? His parents were John Marge Basement Fish Shop in Highlands. His signed fish priced on customers' attitude. Buy a Ford. Let's see. What's the biggest gallon per hour pump Sicce offers? What? But for what? That's the idea. Is it for filtration? Is it for pushing water from a sump up to an aquarium? Is it for pushing water out of a pond? Is it for just pushing water in the aquarium as a wave maker? Or is it legitimately filtering a pond? Because, I mean, there's a lot. If you go to Sicce.com, I think it's us.sicce.com, you can see all of it. It's all in gallons per hour. Did you ever hear of a store called Rainbow Tropicals in Edmonton? I guess these guys are having a conversation. Just got here. What you drinking? Buffalo Trace. And has anybody ever had this? It's pretty freaking good, by the way. Carbs are not good, but whatever. What is a GPH pump? That's gallons per hour, Andre Scott. That just means how many gallons that pump will push an hour. I am running a canister I got through Amazon. I noticed when I got it, it was used. Amazon had sent it back. They literally sent me the same one back. I don't know what kind of canister it was, but some manufacturers actually test them and leave water in them. So not like filled, but it is what it is. So does anybody have any requests? Whoa, no. Oh, there we go. I was using the magic mouse and the dang thing just was like, Buffalo Trace rocks. I love it. Jay, you got to try Screwball. It's peanut butter whiskey. A little bit about me, I'm kind of a creature of habit when it comes to certain things. And one of those things I support is that. They don't pay me nothing. Matter of fact, I pay for all of it. But it has that. It has that. And it tastes really good. And they make a lot of other great stuff. Amazon is great for little accessories, not so great for big stuff. Any Sun Aquatop canisters are a dice roll. Some work, some don't. Does Sicce make a wave maker or something just for flow that does not have propellers? No, they all have impellers. Is it because you're keeping plecos or shrimp? Because if that's the case, you can utilize like a Shark 400, which is an internal filter. There's no impeller visible, and it will push water. You can also aerate from the oxygen port that it has at the top. Betta tank setup. I want to set one up for my daughter. Yours is beautiful. Do it. Do it. I don't even drink whiskey, and I like it. All right. Every aquarium company does something that works for the fish keeper. True. That's true. So the tank that we were going to do puffers in, I don't think I've touched on it. But so if it was a Sun Tyrone or Tyrone, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize. But it was because they tested it. That's why it was wet, if you thought it was used. But I'll digress. The aquarium out there that we were going to do puffers in, I had conversations with Chris Biggs, the Mad Aquarius, and I had to change some things up. But we're going to do West African. We're going to do Congo tetras and some buffalo head cichlids. So if you don't know what those are, get ready because it's going to be freaking awesome. I'm going to use it. I'm going to scape it using Frodo stone from Poland. I think it's Poland. Seriously, don't quote me on that either. I think it's Poland, but the guy's name's Adam. And I got it from Aquarium Design Group. There's 2 places in the US that sell it, and I was able to get some, and it's awesome. Motorhead, Jay, you into salt yet? That's not whiskey. This is whiskey bourbon straight, actually. Straight bourbon whiskey. Yes, I am into salt water. I have a small tank that I don't like. I want a bigger tank, and I'm working on something. Frodo Baggins. I have Frodo feet. Not that anybody wanted to know that. Dude, take a shot. Come on. You serious? It burns. So, buffalo head cichlids, Congo tetras. It's going to be really cool. It's not going to be any planted action. It's going to be some nice rockscape, caves, some gravel, and a lot of flow for these buffalo heads. You're legit. Love the Duke Cannon candle in the back. The Duke Cannon is legit, and I love it. So look, folks, I'm going to be dead. I'm going to leave you with some motivation. I saw a comment a while ago, and this is how you know that I'm not drunk. People are like, oh, man, he's getting tipsy. This is me on the regular. There was a comment that said, I love the way you pick yourself up. Now, I may get emotional, but I need to say this. I had my son this past weekend. It is single-handedly the best time that I have. It's one-on-one time. And like I've said before, I've done a video, I've made mistakes. But I'm letting you know that if you have family, if you have friends, if you have children, stop procrastinating on being the best you can be. You've got to show up for them. Call them. Talk to them. Be there every chance you can have, because time, we don't have a best use by date, so we don't know when it's all over. It's just a recommendation that I have for you. Fish will still be here. Shit. Other stuff will still be here. But at the end of the day, be present in the lives of the ones that you love, regardless of the love they have for you back. Not only does it make you better, it'll make you feel better. Do yourself a favor, support your local fish stores. They're supporting you in ways you have no idea. I appreciate you taking the time coming Wednesday to share some drinks and some laughs and some fun. But just be present. This social shit is fun. Maybe it helps pay some bills. Keep doing that, but make sure you still provide time for those that you love. Again, regardless of the reciprocation. I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, subscribe, share this video. You don't have to. It'd be great if you did, but I'm just me doing me and living my life kind of in the public eye. Sometimes I'm not very good at it. But I'm trying the best I can. I truly am. I love you, Liam. And I'll always love you, dude. You know what's next. Holla!